The particularity of this document is the fact that it is not a from family collection. It is from an institutional archive from NAASR in Belmont here. And what I'm trying to say through this document that still in many archives we are also able to find very important documents related to Ottoman Armenians' life, about genealogy in general. And so this one is from NAASR, and it's an unpublished work. It's not published. It's part of a huge work on Houshamadyan Armenians written by Houshamadyan Armenian. And it's the same family, perhaps. Okay. Unfortunately, it's an unpublished work. Next one, please. Oh, this is another story. These two persons are from Sis, present-day Kozan. They are brothers, Ikran and Ashot. This photo was taken in the United States when both of them came after 1909 Adana massacres. They had a family business in Sis, in Adana, in Beirut, and for a short time in Izmir, in Smyrna. But after 1909, their main business in Adana was destroyed, was burned. After that, some family members decided to migrate to the United States. And so this picture was taken during that time. And the person on the right, Ashot, came back to the Middle East in 1917 or 1916 during the First World War, and as a volunteer he participated to different combats. So he came to Egypt and then to Cilicia, and after Cilicia he established with his family in Lebanon. So he stayed there until his death in the 1950s. And so there is, between these two people, exchange of letters until 1930s, because Ikran, the elder brother, died in the 1930s. But after their death, there were no contacts between these two branches of the family. So the descendants of these two brothers. Next, please. And Ashot, the person on the right, has written many pages of memoirs, of personal memoirs, of family memoirs, texts about the life in Sis. Also, there is all these exchange of letters in this bag that he kept always with him. And his grandson came in the 1970s to the United States, and last year when I was in Los Angeles, I digitized all the materials written by Sahad, and we started to publish them in 3 languages, Armenian, English, and Turkish, on our website. His memoirs. Next, please. This is a family tree prepared by Sahad. Next, please. Another very detailed family tree. Next, please. And a few days later, when we published these memoirs in English, a letter came from the United States, from what was the name of the Durango in CO, it's Colorado, it's in Colorado. So she had written, I love seeing my relatives from Sis. They are the Tachjian and Houshamadyan families. So I forwarded this message to the person, to the grandson of Sahad, and so he replied, please give them my contact info and ask if they can contact me. And next, please. So this is much more visible. The conclusion, let's say, I have been in contact with my newly discovered cousins, including an 85-year-old second cousin. I received from them Ikran's memoirs, written by Zabel, so another memoirs came to us, which I sent you. I will be getting more pictures and hope to meet all of them. Now I have traced about a dozen second cousins and their children. Next, please. So this is a different story. So we are receiving letters mainly from Armenians, but this one is from a Greek from Greece, a Greek woman from Greece, or a young girl from Greece, and she by Googling, probably she discovered, or she finds the picture of her grandmother or great-grandmother from Adana, who studied in Marash Girls' College of Turkish, what was the name? Central Turkish Girls' College, which was a missionary college run by the American mission. And she studied there, and probably she migrated, or she came to Greece later in the 1920s. And this young girl was finding for the first time the picture of her grandmother at that time. And she said that she had also other materials from her great-grandmother, including the college diploma and also an Armenian written in Turkish, or Turkish in Armenian written book. Next, please. Oh, and this is the diploma. Yes. And to conclude, this is my conclusion. So when it comes to Armenian genealogy studies, or when we talk about Ottoman Armenian history in general, the main issue is the lack of research. We know that there are rich sources on the topic. There are, for example, hundreds, if not thousands of unpublished memoirs, as well as many correspondences related to Ottoman Armenians in family collections, as well as institutional or state archives across the world, and maybe in Armenian state archives. So these are all great, state archives in Armenia. These are all great treasures, which include the microhistories of many Armenian families. These are outstanding sources on Armenian history and on the life of the Armenians in the Ottoman Empire. Moreover, these unexplored sources are especially significant because it is through these that we get to learn about our own family histories. However, serious research cannot be carried out without proper funding, and this is the real challenge. Unfortunately, the culture of funding research is not very strong in Armenian society or within Armenian circles. Research is somewhat abstract, and it is not something tangible. Whereas Armenians like donating money, for example, for constructing buildings, and probably not paying much attention to the content of that building, or the essence, the function. So all that Houshamadyan has been able to accomplish during the past 5 years was with a small group and with a limited budget. And in reality, carrying out such work necessitates a team of academics, experts of different disciplines, or the creation of an academic university program. So it will be possible to shed light on previously unexplored sources, such as memoirs and photographs, to study them properly, and above all, to make them readily accessible to the public. And this is how, in my opinion, we can really respect the memory of our forefathers, at the same time making a real effort to reconstruct our family histories. Thank you very much.
So, a couple of things. One, the first book in the Houshamadyan series is available for sale here for $60. So afterwards, during lunch or later on, we'll have a table set up with those books on it, I think, over here. So you can do that, and obviously that helps carry on further work by Houshamadyan, which I think is clearly worthwhile. So what we're going to do here is, I'm not going to take questions again, because I think that what we can do is, since we're going to break now for lunch, we'll be able to, you can ask your questions and mingle and do that sort of thing instead of actually allotting the time now. But what I'm going to say is, again, I'm going to reiterate, let's take the big carpet picture up here, first thing. So as I break now, and you have news about lunch, is that what you're going to say? Okay.
Okay. I just need to let everyone know, if you ordered a lunch online,